So it's late. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. My husband's not home from work yet. And he and I were talking on the phone, and it jarred a memory I had. We talked about a post that I had put on Facebook. I talked to his brother, and just several things happened, and I want to share these with you. Last week, I stopped by the funeral home. I stopped by the funeral home to find out what I'd have to do in order to make my own funeral arrangements. And the day before, Gary and I had saw this lady that we know's son had died, which was a tragedy, but for some reason I thought he had already been buried, honestly. So the next day I stopped by the funeral parlor, and she's standing there, and I walk in, and I'm in awe. And I guess I have this awe look on my face because she says, "Hey, girl, it's Christy." I said, "Oh, God, yes, girl, I know. Oh, I'm so sorry. Christy, I thought that he had already been buried. I apologize. I don't know why I thought that, but I had stopped by here to find out about making arrangements for my own funeral." Anyway, I went to his funeral, and then let me read you this thing on Facebook that I posted about the funeral home yesterday. And it's got I put a little angel up at the top. Let's see if it's going to focus for me. Well, you can tell it's a little angel. But anyway, it says, "I just came home from the store. I live right at a funeral home. I saw the hearse pulling out when I returned from the store, and saw the people, the loved ones, pulling out on my way to the store. Another life over. Were they terrified when they died, wondering if it really does continue after death, or if it is just over? Was it sudden or long and drawn out? I went to a funeral last week. Barely knew the person, but funerals affect you whether you know them or not. I stopped by the funeral home last week to inquire about planning my own funeral, and got all of the info that I needed. I have a million questions, but there is one thing. I have a million questions, but there is one thing that I do know. There is a God, and I know this because He talks to me all of the time, and I am not dead. Just imagine how much He is going to talk to me when I am dead. And this girl from my past, with my ex and the crazy cocaine days that I used to live strung before God got a hold of me. Tracy Michelle lost a child when he was 16. She didn't know that I had been at the funeral parlor with a lady that lost a child. And the lady at the funeral parlor that knows Gary and I very well didn't know that he had lost a child. And then Tracy Michelle lost a child. And she put on here, "That's right, sister. I got a feeling God's going to tell me I kept him really busy. I love you, princess. Stay strong and be blessed." She and I got into a conversation that I'm not going to discuss, but all of these people losing children and me planning my own funeral, and I have been surrounded by the goodness of God of late, and it is a small world. I don't believe in coincidences at all. It is not a coincidence that these three people that I have in common with, lady knew my husband and didn't know he had lost a child. I mean, all three of these people have lost children, and I hope that God spares me that pain. I do not even, I can't comprehend. I can't even go there. But just keep your head toward the sky. Keep prayers in your thoughts and stay strong out there, people. So, I've been in contact with these people that have lost their children, that have known, the most horrible pain they say that an individual, a human being, can go through when it comes to loss. It's bad when you lose your parents or your mate. It's devastating. It's crushing. But they say when you lose your own flesh and blood, that for which you created, that God spare me. Have mercy. Now, when it comes to Gary's brother, Gary had told me that Ozzy had got upset and was crying to his sister because he said she didn't care for him, that only two people cared for him, and that was his nephew JD and my husband Gary. And this is my husband's brother. So I told Gary I'll call him up and ask him, what's he crying about, because I only have one person that cares about what happens to me, and that's my husband. Ozzy shouldn't be crying unless he's got two. So my husband wanted me to call him and tell him that. So, dial him up and I tell him all of that, and then we'll get to talking, about he and I exchanging Facebook posts, and he and I are in communication with one another, and I tell him, I care too. There's three people that care about you. And he said, I know, sister-in-law, you comment on my post, you share my posts, we're in contact on Facebook. And we see him, pretty regularly. And then I got back on the phone with my husband, and he got to talking about I never got out, and I didn't have no friends, and this, that, and the other. And I told him, baby, I'm not serious when I tell you that nobody cares about me, because even just yesterday, a person from my past that I love very deeply, Tracy Michelle, got in contact with me. She cares about me. She loves me. She still remembers me, even though it's been years and we've only had a couple of conversations through Facebook. There are people that care about me. You guys care about me. My family cares about me. I think that we just, I don't know. I really don't have any friends, except for old friends, Facebook friends, and YouTube friends. My best friend, my husband. I have been hurt by so many friends that I'd rather stay at home where it's safe and not even try to make friends rather than run up on another one. That is going to break my heart. But there are people that care about me. Are there people that care about you? I hope so. I can't think of any of my subscribers and the people that I converse with that wouldn't have. Y'all are wonderful people. I couldn't imagine y'all not having a lot of people that care about you. But I just want to share all these things with y'all. Be safe. Be kind to one another. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.